So let us have a look at how the specifications were described. Okay, the first specification here is related to the safety specification. Okay, and he is describing this safety specification extensively. He is saying that this safety specification it is not sufficient to be described in terms of preventing or denying an event. Okay, it might be needed to describe safety in terms of a forced or a controllable event to occur. For example, for the specification P5, what's a specification P5? Let us review quickly what's P5. P5 means that an open gate should not be controlled to open. Okay, an open gate, the gate is already open. We should not request it to be opened again. Why? Why this is related to safety? Because if the gate is already opened, okay, it means that the motor has already reached the final, I don't know how to say it, but reached the final amplitude or the final limit. The motor cannot move further. And if we request the motor to open further, simply the circuit will be damaged. We will have what's so called the stall current, which is much higher, and most probably the motor circuit will be damaged. Okay, it is similar just to holding a fan and not allowing it to move. Simply the fan will be damaged. Okay, so this is a safety. The question is, fine, we understand now the specification, but the idea is how to describe it again in the natural language. We need to prevent the occurrence of open. This is open. If it is greater than, means open. Okay, means that we are crossing from 0 to 1. When the gate is fully opened, we should not request the motor to open or to try to open when it is fully opened. Again, to avoid damaging the motor. Also, we need to force the event of close. This smaller than mean open is smaller than here before the open means close or stop opening at the end of the gate opening. Okay, so this is the specification now that we understand. What's meant now? The idea is the following. Okay, maybe this is the most important paragraph here in this paper. With the proposed model for the control, we have a global solution to express this type of specification. What's the global solution here? What is the contribution? They suggest to prevent the end event in all dangerous states. Okay, when we are having a dangerous state, we will prevent the end events. What does it mean? If we are in a dangerous state, we will not allow the programmable logic controller to leave this event before issuing an action. Okay, let us have a look how this was implemented here for the motor, or how this was implemented for P5. Let us assume that this is S11, okay, and let us assume that this initial value of S11, the gate is closed. Okay, so if the gate is closed, if we are receiving the order to close the motor, then it will just stay. This OP here means that close the motor. We will be just closing the motor and the gate is closed, no problem. If we receive end, no problem. It is a safe. It is not a dangerous. It's a safe state. Okay, this is the gate closed itself. It's no problem. Now, if the sensor tells us that the gate open means that is 0, then there is no problem also. The proximity switch means that the gate is not opened. Okay, fine. If we issue the event or the actuator to open, this means open the motor, then the motor will go and try to open the gate. We will be here in state 13. State 13 is dangerous. Why? Because the gate is not opened yet. We are not sure that the gate is opened yet, and the motor is working simply. Okay? So what about this state 13? At state 13, we can have a transition to state S14. What is state S14? State S14 is reached once the gate is already opened. Okay, this is a dangerous state. And in this dangerous state, the end event is not allowed. Okay, because we know that the gate is opened. However, we did not close the motor yet. Once the motor is closed, okay, we can issue the end. And we can close and close and close and close the motor without any problems. Okay, I hope that this is clear enough. State 13 is not a dangerous event. I'm sorry for the confusion. State event is reached once we issue to open the motor. So the motor here is working. Okay, this GOM here, it means that the gate is not opened yet, by the way. Okay, it is not closed, but it is not opened yet. So we are doing nothing. The PLC controller is doing nothing. The PLC controller is letting the motor to continue opening. Okay, once we reach S14, when we do reach S14, when the motor already totally opened the gate. So we are in S14. Now it is critical to stop the motor. Once we stop the motor, it's another safe state, and we can loop infinitely with the end and close the motor, as you could see. So I hope that you read and understand the specification. Okay, now this is another one for the liveness specification. Okay, when it is necessary to force starting events and to prevent stop events. They are assuming the same approach, and however, this is the main weakness of this paper. They were not able to devise the liveness specification independently. Okay, the liveness specification seems that they are all implemented in one automaton. Here we are having whether the vehicle is detected or not, whether we are requesting the motor to close, and so on. Okay, so the liveness specification here is somehow not straightforward. Okay, it's not clear how it was derived. Fine. It seems now we understand what was done. One last specification is related to the stability of the outputs. Okay, the proposed model for the control units permits to link together several controllable events between an uncontrollable event and the end event. Okay, the obtained control law must be stable for each output. What does it mean? Let us have a look at this stage, F11. Okay, suppose that here we are assuming that the motor, we are requesting him to close, sorry. We are requesting the motor to close. You cannot, once you issue the controllable event for the motor to close, you cannot issue the order of stop closing or to switch off closing unless the end cycle is issued. Okay, that's what it means. The proposed model permits to link together several controllable events between an uncontrollable event and the end event. Okay, that's what's called by the stability of closing and stability of operation. You cannot just issue a control order of closing and to stop closing unless an end is issued in the middle. Okay, I will stop here again for the size constraints of the video.